First ball, good delivery. Off the mark. In fact, a throw at the keeper's end to start off with. And will get that single. Get off the mark. So two strong teams taking on each other, we could say. So what it is at this point in time is a T20 game. Started off well, just in terms of how things have gone. We'll have to wait and see. Straight away. That overthrow is being conceded. Well driven. That's a beautiful shot. What a start that is. Down the ground, and you can access the field in that manner. It is going to be, or rather, it's going to give a lot of confidence for a batting unit. Right then, positive start. Amin on strike at this point. Tries to cough that ball through the third man region, but it is a taut delivery. So it's going to be interesting on how they are going to take things from here, especially the way they are. They've started here. Pulls that away. It's going to be a dot ball. Oh, goes for a swing, but unable to get the connection on that one. So far, yes, they would ideally feel that Team UFO, they have got the runs in the first over. Ideally, 10 runs. You take it any day in the very first over of a T20 game. Why not? In fact, the toss fell in favor of the Medscape Spartans, the bowling unit. They won the toss, fell in their favor. And end of first over, it is 10 for no loss. Starts off the second over with a single. Oh, that's well kept. That's a good take from the keeper this time around. Ensured that you know, went to the right side, didn't really hesitate to put the body on the ball and collected that really well. 12 for no loss, 1.1 overs right then. So since we are inside the power play, you know that 6 overs, a couple of fielders are only allowed outside the 30-yard circle, and that's a good shot. Didn't get maybe the perfect connection, but it is, since we are inside the power play, it is good enough to get to the boundary ropes. Score moves on to 16 for no loss now. Goes back straight down the ground. What a creating shot that is. So in full flow, both these batters has to be said at this point. Vishal Vinod trying to, in fact, not really a bad delivery. This particular one, this one is a better shot, you could say. So far, couple of boundaries, and both of it coming from the path of Al-Amin have been very good shots. A quick single. $20 for no loss. And in fact, 21 for no loss. Couple of deliveries left in the second over. Oh, that's a good delivery. Got a bit of bounce onto that bowler Vishal Vinod. So the thing is that, you know, I think the game plan of Team UFO Hospex have also been really good. UFO Hospex United. Their thinking is very simple. If it's in your slot, never have a second thought. Good ball, and in fact, we'll have to wait for the umpire's call here. In fact, yes, it is off the bat, and eventually we'll get to the boundary. A good cricketing shot, maybe not the best one, but they will take the runs. In terms of the runs, it's really good. Good to see the way they have started here. Has given them a very, very positive start. 2 overs done. UFO Hospex United are 25 for no loss. Right, so start of the third over. Well played on the back foot. Defends it neatly. In fact, no ball called right then. So a free hit coming up. I believe we could definitely go for the big hit. If he goes for one big one, they would add on to the scoring. But yes, taking on inside the power play. Good to see this kind of an approach, an aggressive approach. At the same time, it is a very, a balanced approach that they're taking, not hitting every ball. This one's not traveled, but chance of a run out is it. In fact, the bowler collecting it on the full. But yes, In fact, they had an option to also, change the field as well. Yes, we know that it is turning into a batter's favored game, a game that is, more favorable to the batters. But having said that, at this point, it looks like good shot, hits that hard, but doesn't put it in the gap. There is a fielder at long off who will just keep it to one run. So, couple of fielders who are outside the 30-yard circle. We'll get a dot ball. So yes, after that no ball, yes, no ball was bowled, but after that, good to see this over from Ajay V. Iyer. 1.3 overs, none for 14. Good start to this over. Hasn't hit this well, straight to the fielder. That is the first wicket down for the men at the UFO Hospex United. Medscape Spartans have got the first wicket. A much needed breakthrough. So 2.4 overs, it is 29 for 1. Yes, a good start. Shifa's trying to clear the infield. He knows that if he's going to clear the infield, he might get even a couple of runs if it's well timed, even a boundary. But yes, first wicket down, 2.4 overs done. It is 29 for 1, UFO Hospex United. Good ball, short delivery. Plays it for a single on the onside. .30 for 1. Final delivery of the third over coming up. Ajay had bowled a really good over this particular one. Didn't get that boundary, was looking for that boundary, but that's what happens. One good over, few good deliveries without a boundary. The pressure is suddenly on the batters, takes the edge. Goes past the keeper. And that is a boundary. Outside, took the outside edge, but went past the keeper, went to the boundary. A much needed one to close out the third over. But yes, despite losing a wicket, they are going at a very, very good run rate. 34 for 1 after 3 overs. Straight away, great length to start off with. The fourth over. Bolted up, kept it full up. Straight away onto the stumps. That's the length. That is the length you have to bowl as a bowler. But this is a great response. Good shot. I don't think the ball has got to the boundary. Get a couple of runs with ease. Great shot. That is a great shot. Hits it straight back. Brilliant hit once again. Getting to the boundary. Once again, really well done. So this particular over started off well, but a few shots being put away. At this point in time, looks like they're going to go big here. Brilliant. That is once again. So starting off to go big, to flex their wings, you could say. Taking another boundary, so 44 for 1 in great hands, I would say. Good ball, good ball. In fact, the idea was right, but when it came down to the execution, became slightly difficult, you could say. That is bare margins. The game of bare margins, if you remember. That's what the great Ian Smith also says. At the end of the iconic 2019 World Cup final, where he says that the game of barest margins, and that's how this game is, right? It has become a game of millimeters, right? See the closest of runouts that take place. Oh, good delivery, great delivery to end the fourth over. End of 4 overs, UFO Hospex United start off really well here. 46 for 1. Starts the over the dot ball. And a simple catch. So there you go. That is 2 down. 2 down. And now it is Paul Jose who has to walk back. It is 46 for 2 after 4.2 overs. Oh, put down, put down. Oh dear, they got a third chance, but unable to capitalize on that. But he has also UFO at this point. UFO Spartans, rather, beg your pardon. Team UFO. They have to ensure that try and consolidate for some time. Take your time. No real. I could say that at this point their run rate is also in good hands. To be very honest, so it's really important that they hold on, try and keep up the wickets in hand. If they can do that, it's going to be really helpful. That closes out the fifth over. It is 52 for 2. Good ball. First up, ball straight up onto the batter. Short delivery. That is well played. That is really well played. There's just a touch. Didn't really look to overhit that ball. But Al Amin is at one end who is trying to, stick on. Gets the single. So 3 deliveries left in the sixth over here. It is 57 for 2. It's a single as well. 5.4 overs, 58 for 2. Last couple of deliveries coming up. That's a fine shot. But we'll just get one. At the shot, they've got the single. So Al Amin almost has done half of his team scoring at this point, as we are closing out on the power play here in the sixth over of proceedings. $59 for 2 now. In the air, but will go on the bounce to the field at point. Will collect it comfortably and keep it to just one run. 60 for 2 after the power play. UFO Hospex United. It's a single. To start off the seventh over. 61 for 2 so far. They are in a process, you could say, that where Al Amin, if he can stay through and try and push the scoring, it's going to be really helpful here, because he is the one man who is settled through and has to take the game on. Well defended. on foot on that occasion. In fact, there is a fielder who is there in the cover position, slightly, in fact, walking in further, so kept more like a catching covers. Oh, attempts. In fact, the good thing was, yes, he will get a boundary, but the fielder did really well to actually go for the catch. And definitely, that is a very, very good positive in my opinion. Yes, it will go down on the scorecard as 4 runs, but the thought process, the intent of going for the catch, I definitely feel that has to be appreciated. I mean, as a fielder, it's very important that you have the intent on the field, and that's what was shown over there. Quick single chance of a run out, is it? The umpire decides in favor of the batter, not out given. 66 for 2 now, so gradually trying to build up. That is very, very important in the context of the game. How they are going to take the game further and further is something that we'll have to wait and see. In the air, in fact, will clear the boundary comfortably for yet another maximum. This ball, you could say that missed the length by a bit. And Arjun hits it straight back over the bowler's head for a brilliant 6. Score moves on to 72 for 2. Just the 1 ball left. Last ball of the 7th over. Gets the single and will close out on the 7th over. A pretty good over this. 13 runs of coming off the 7th over. 73 for 2 after 7. Good effort, good ball. First up. So Harinder starting off with his first over, Dr. Harinder Kundu. Oh, great delivery, great delivery. Nice to see the way that is maintaining the outside the off stump channel becomes really important to. So free hit coming up. In fact, no ball given right then. So has to bowl that ball again. Despite the wide look like that he's maintaining that outside of some channel the first delivery, but now we'll get a free hit. Arjun already hit a 6. Oh, wide given again. The idea seems to be right from Harinder, but just couldn't get the ball in the right spot. Pulled away, fielder will take that catch, but it is a free hit. It is a free hit, so with wides coming in, that free hit obviously continues, so it will be just a single. Good delivery. Good delivery this time around. Looks like he's finally able to execute. I mean, it also includes a point where we were discussing a while earlier, right? Regarding cricket being a game of inches and how important it is for us to, as a bowler, as a batter, to stick on to the right margins. Cut away. That's a fine shot, but there is a fielder at sweeper. We'll just keep it to 1 run. Hit it really well there. Was a bit of there was a bit of width on offer. Harinder Kundu, yes, 5 runs. The scorecard shows 5 runs, but actually he's been bowling really well. Couple of wides and no ball coming in, but otherwise he's actually we're able to understand what his plan has exactly been so far. Good ball, good ball. Once again bowls it up. Nice to see the lines that he's bowling thus far. Flicked away onto the pads. They'll get 2 runs. So the last ball of the 8th over coming up. Still going at 10 and over. Credit to Al Amin as well, who has been really good today so far in the 8th over of proceedings. Swing and a miss. That'll close out a good economical over, we could say. Just a 7 runs coming off it. 80 for 2 after 8 overs. UFO. White ball. Keeper did well to collect that ball. Oh, once again, slightly shorter, but able to go for that cut shot. Hits it straight up. Long off field under it. Takes a really good catch. That is the third wicket down. Arjun trying to go for a big hit. Already had tried to, go for the big shots on many occasions. But this time holds out to the long off field. 8.3 overs done. It is 82 for 3 UFO Hospex United. Gets a single. So score moving on to 83 for 3 now. Tries to go for the big hit. Long off fielder running in. But unable to try to cover the ground, but unfortunately unable to finish the catch over there. Moving on here. Score moving on. Good to see. 85 for 3 now. Last ball of the 9th over. Oh, put down. I believe fortunately, I think he's put down. They're getting back into the game, but it's really important. They have to get the wicket of Alamin here. Take the catches that come their way. But at the same time, UFO as well. Alamin has to stay through being that set batter. 9 overs done. It is 85 for 3. Starts the 10th over the single towards extra cover region. Oh, yet again. Trying to go past the offside region. Go for that big shot. But unable to capitalize on that. But yet, yes, it is important for Al-Amin to stay through here. 39 of 26 balls. He is batting well here. More of a set batter. And what he has to think, in my opinion, is maybe play through for the next 5 overs. I mean, do what he's been doing. Cuts it well and puts it superbly in the gap. Will get a boundary. That is a fine shot. Shot of length. Say has bowled well, brilliantly. Harinder caught to this. Harinder Kundu, in fact, to this point. A bit of a short delivery. All the batter needed, set batter Al-Amin needed, was a bit of it on the ball that he had to just keep bat and ball, race away. Short delivery, and in fact, with the pace of the ball, a bit of bat on to ball would be good enough. So what this blitz from Al-Amin is doing to the UFO Hospex United is, it is helping them to maintain a very, very good run rate. We are almost reaching the halfway mark of this first innings here, and 94 for 3. Yes, 3 down, but they are in a very, very straight under, and that's why I feel set pattern like Al-Amin is very, very important for their team's cause, helping their team get to a good total. Would be really important. Last ball, right then. Gets a quick single. And the overthrows, they will be really good in getting. So 3 runs to close out the 10th over. 97 for 3 at the halfway stage in this first innings. UFO Hospex United are in a very, very good position at this point in time. And with that triple, Al-Amin also gets to a very, very important 50. A knock where he would feel that his team also would want him to take the innings through, because we've seen it's not a really easy track for batters when you first up coming in. You cannot really go big from ball one, so that shows the importance of a set batter on this wicket. How important set batters mindset, just the presence would be. So Al-Amin would want to go even further and further. It's that away, but will just get a single. They're not going for a second run. does well, just gets one. So score moves on to 99 for 3. 2 runs of the first 2 deliveries. Couple of singles coming in. Created opportunity for caught behind as well. Hits it straight back. But there is long on fielder in position. We'll just keep it to 1 run. Vinay Sangle rather. 1.3 overs, 1 for 8. Has been really good. That's a wide right then. But nice to see the way he's wearing it with the space and the line and length that he's trying to bowl also. Vinay Sangle ensures that sometimes he's bowling it slower through the air. And now as we can see, this one was slightly quicker. There's a variation of speed becomes very, very important when you're especially bowling as a spinner, and Vinay Sangle showing how good he can be. Should be a wide again. Tries to get it on the bounce, but he'll just get a single. Last ball of the 11th over. Ends the over well and closes out. Just 8 runs. A great over. 11 done. 105 for 3. UFO Hospex United. Great delivery. Brilliant delivery to start. Karcha, the bowler. Sit faster through the line. What a delivery that was. bowled it slightly faster. Well bowled again. Once again, well stopped. But a bit of a misfield, and they will utilize it well by going for a quick single. 11.3 overs, 106 for 3. Cut well. It's a single. Right then. Still going around 9 and over. Able to cut it through. Last ball of the 12th over, 107 for 3 now. They'll just get one and end a very, very good 12th over. Just 3 runs from the first over, Vikar Javed. 12 done, 108 for 3, UFO Hospex United. Oh, Vinay Sangle back into the attack right then. So, I mean, I really feel he is very, very unlucky to this point, not able to get that second wicket because he's bowled brilliantly today. To this point, at least in his third over, just conceded 13 runs. Especially that the lengths he's bowling is really good to see. We also discussed in his previous over, how good he has been with his variations and way he's mixed the pace up. Hits it over the fence. Great shot from Alamin. You cannot keep him quiet for long. That is an important game of his. When you have a few dot balls suddenly coming in, he doesn't let the pressure up, and that's what he showed us in this particular innings. That is why we're discussing earlier also that if he stays here, anywhere close to 180 to 190 definitely possible. You can put yourselves in the driver's seat. You can get to 180, 190 after the first innings. Last 3 deliveries, 12.3 overs. It is 115 for 3 now. Good delivery, good delivery, better delivery. And that's what happens sometimes, a bit of lose in momentum, and suddenly we can see that. So sometimes that also happens, right? Now, after we've seen after a break, especially for example in the IPL, for instance, after every strategic timeout, we see a wicket falling. That is purely due to the loss in concentration, because you're batting well, you're watching the ball well, you are in the mold, your feet is moving well. Suddenly there is a break, and you have to start from zero. These kind of wides have been there from Vinay Sangle throughout the day. But he's kept the ball in the right line, steps out, hasn't hit this well. Long off fielder superbly takes the catch in front of the com box, you could say. Good catch taken. That is an important wicket. Rahul Venu also from the other end wanted to up the ante. But at this point loses his wicket. 13 overs done. It is 117 for 4 UFP. In fact, UFO Hospex United going at 9 runs an over. But the partnership, which is going well, has been broken now. So 13 overs, 117 for 4. 7 overs left. But wickets, very, very important. But despite losing wickets in regular intervals, still 4 down, yes. 13 overs, 4 down. Uh, Not really a bad flow, you would say, in a T20 game. With the run rate, especially about 9 runs and over, that is looking fine. Get a single, and the new batter, Prashant, will take strike. Left-handed Prashant. And also at this point in time, at this stage in the game rather, when we are approaching closer and closer towards the slog overs, they can take their time, another 2 to 3 overs, set themselves up, and the last 4 overs, 4 or 5 overs, slog overs, they can go bang bang. So that is the thought process, if they can take that approach. And also, provided don't lose wickets, because we've seen here on the surface, how difficult it has been for the new batter to come in, take their time. And I also feel that Al-Amin will know that he has to stay through. Because in my opinion, if he's going to stay for the next 4 to 5 overs, he's going to demolish, and why not get towards that 3-figure mark as well, hopefully, for himself and his team, UFO Hospex United. But on the other hand, how important it is for the polling unit to try and back into the game. The Medscape Spartans. Especially the spinners bowling really well. Bowled 10 deliveries, just considered 5 runs at this stage. Vicar Javed goes straight back down the ground. And that is a superb shot. Al-Amin is doing what he has done throughout the day today. Whenever we feel like, right, there is no runs coming. The run flow is slightly hollow. I mean, there is no runs coming in. Suddenly you see this man going up for that big shot. Bringing in that big shot. It's really important that they have to ensure and take it as much as possible. So final delivery. Al-Amin moving towards 68 of 40 balls now. Batting at a strike of 170 now. Short ball puts that away. But we'll just get one and keep strike for the next over. End of the 14th over. It is 126 for 4 UFO Hospex United. So start off 15th over, hits it straight back. That is a superb cricketing shot. Goes all the way. What a shot that is from Al-Amin. Moves on to 75 42 balls now. With that humongous 6 that is hit. 132, and that is why I said you cannot drop your chances to this man. If you're going to drop your chances, he might just get in and close the game out. You never know how good he can be. Because as a batter, being settled, and also in a T20, especially in a T20 scheme of things, to be the set batter, having a set batter at the back end, the importance cannot be explained, because will add 20 to 30 runs to your total. Gets a quick single. .2 overs, 130 now the score. And now on the overthrows. Now the overthrows, they will get, in fact on the misfield, they'll get a few runs. So it's really important to try and stick on to good feeling, and when the time has arrived, it's important because they have picked up a few wickets in regular intervals. So they should not let that momentum shift. Last couple of deliveries of the 15th. Oh, there you go. In fact, he's appealing for bowled over. Yes, that is the 5th wicket down. Tried to go for the big one down the ground and lost his wicket. 137 for 5 now. Al-Amin, the only batter who is staying at the other end with one more ball left in the 15th over. Starts the 16th over with a dot. So looking towards a big target, but I somehow have a feeling that if the Spartans have to get and gets to the boundary, this particular ball moves on to 80. Al-Amin has been a one-man show today, wouldn't one would say. Most got more than 70%, or rather close to 60% of his team's runs today. Al-Amin. So I have a feeling that somehow if Medscape Spartans can get the wicket of Al-Amin here, certainly you might see score reducing by 10 runs, but if he can bat through, why do I say that is because for the sole reason that the way he's batting at the moment. He is going to take the game away. And they're coming for the second run. And they will superbly run between the wickets to give 2 wides, that is 3 extra runs. 15.2 overs. It is 144 for 3 now. Hits it through this time. Gets a single. 145 for 5. Catch it is the call. Gets a single this time around. Oh, well done. In fact, bowls it fast this time. Good effort on the boundary line. Will add on for a couple of runs. 148 now with one more ball left in the 16th over. I mean, look for that milestone definitely. Oh, takes the edge. Lucky runs, lucky runs. But they would take it. We'll move on to 152 to close out the 16th over. Looking to go massively big in the next 4 overs. In the air, fielder will comfortably take it. So one more wicket. The wicket of Ajay Biju in the second over. In fact, the third over. Second delivery of the third over of Vishal Vinod, Dr. Vishal Vinod. 152 for 6 now is where the score is. Another 3.4 overs. Still there in my opinion to get to 190. 152 for 5 now after 16.1 overs. Good shot. Gets a single. In the air, straight up. And they have taken the catch. So Ayamin also has to depart after a really good knock here. Was been a good over so far. Come back well. One of the important reasons why the captain has brought back Vishal Vinod in his over. Picked up 2 wickets with just a 1 run. What a comeback over this is. 17 done. It is 153 for 7, and it looks like Medscape Spartans are back in the game and have to push for at least 180. That's what UFO Hospex United will think from here. In a T20 match, the penultimate over. We might see Vishal Vinod for one more to close the innings out well here. Flat bats it to long off. Get a single. But yes, they will try and not concede any boundaries over here to maybe reduce the target. Not even 175, because at one stage it looked like they might get to even 200 when Alamin was batting, who got no majority of the team's runs. Last couple of deliveries of the 18th should be a wide. Yes, it is. The idea was right. to bowl it away from the reach of the batter, but in the end called a wide. So 2 deliveries left now. 157 for 7. Next over we could see Vishal Vinod back. Dr. Vishal Vinod. This particular over, Harinder Kundu has also been good today. Made handy contribution on the field as well. Straight up in the air. Who's under this? Well taken, well judged catch. That is number 8 now. 157 for 8. So at the end of 17.5 overs, 157 for 8 now. So final delivery of the 18th over. We'll come back to bowl that again. Good ball there. To bowl that again. Seen a few extras today. To be more precise, in fact, on 13 wides bowled today. We've seen a significant number of wides today. 13 wides. Sometimes, well played. Ends the 18th. 158 for 8. Starts the 19th over with a single. Has 5 deliveries of the penultimate over. How is it going to really believe, somewhat that these 5 deliveries will be of prime importance in the context of the game. That's a really good shot. Gets a single to long off. So taking the runs that are coming their way, 10 more balls left. What would be an ideal target? Anywhere close to 170. Is it possible? We'll have to wait and see. Goes straight up in the air. The bowler himself calls for it and takes it really well. Not easy, especially after bowling with that follow through, to run back and take that catch. Superbly taken. Getting his third wicket of the day, Vishal Vinod. 160 for 9 now. After the wicket of Al-Amin, it has not been an easy walk. Last ball coming up. In fact, the last man coming in, beg your pardon. Just the one wicket left with 9 more deliveries. 8 of the next 9 deliveries, if they don't lose any wickets, anywhere close to 170, still a very very competitive total. This so far really good one. This particular over. Bowled him. There you go. That is number 4. That is wicket number 4 for Vishal Vinod, who in his second spell has been brilliant. Has just wiped out with 4 quick wickets. 160 all out is the score, and very much 161 to win for the Medscape Spartans when they come out to bat in their second innings. So it's going to be an interesting second innings, guys. You never know, we might have a close game here. Stay tuned until the second innings. We'll be right back. It's a good shot. Starts the over with a single, gets off the mark with one. 161 to get. But as you were discussing also, 180 to 200 was looking like a score that they would get to. Great bowling once again. The line has been really good this time around. So yes, 161 to get now. So how are they going to pace these innings? Is that something that would be really interesting to watch? Because for a fact that every single time we see the way they are bowling, they keep that line up because the new ball becomes of real importance. And also, 8 runs and over, just more than 8 runs and over. So how they're going to utilize the power play. Starts with a single as well. So both the batters off the mark. Sometimes 160 to 170 can prove to be sometimes a target where things could get sometimes tricky if you lose wickets. So really important that they shouldn't lose wickets here. Oh, two runs coming in off the first four deliveries. Good over this from Jitin. Puts that away. But yes, 5 overs, 2 for no loss. Then last ball of this over. Can Jitin end this over well? Just conceded 2 runs. Has bowled really well. Good lines, good length so far. Takes the outside edge. And they will get a boundary. Doesn't matter how they come, but they've got a boundary. 6 for no loss after the first over. Medscape Spartans. Right to the start of the second over. Good bowling this time. Rahul Venu, the bowler. They need just an excess of 8 and over, so very important that they plan. And also, they would also know that matter of 2 big overs, and suddenly we see that they are into a good space here. That is, in terms of the runs, that's a good shot. Just a bit of midfield. They'll get a single. Like the way team UFO Hospex United have done as well. They have started off really well. They've not tried anything different. It's just 8 balls done to this stage in this innings. But having said that, so far the way they have bowled, they haven't tried anything extraordinary or anything that out of the box. All they want is to keep you know things simple, get your basics right. Dot ball once again. Good delivery yet again. Keeps it closer to the stumps, closer to the off stump. Great over so far. Both the batters, Abhiraj and Naveen Rai, taking their time. Naveen Rai, in fact, take both of them taking their time here. Last ball of the second over. In fact, the second time, can they finish it off with a boundary? Finishes it off with. They just get one. End of the over. Still keeping the required run rate and control. They need 8 runs every over from here. 153 required of 108 deliveries. It is 8 for no loss after the first 2 overs. Starts the over off with a single. So still inside the power play. So be interesting to see on how they're going to utilize the power play. They can utilize, because if they can utilize the power play well, they can bring the required run rate down, and it's going to be really helpful. Well played once again. But there is a fielder at Deep third man will just get one. But plays the deep third man slightly wide at this time. Be interesting to see how they are taking on things here. But still, I have a feeling that always these 150, 160 games always tend to get interesting. One or two wickets here and there, one or two big overs here and there. See, suddenly the game turn on its head. Last two balls of the third over here, and be interesting to see how they're going to utilize this particular phase of the game. Last ball of the third over. Three great overs this has been from the bowling unit. Jidin as well has been brilliant with the ball. Well played. Once again, that's a good shot. Eventually past the infield and gets to the boundary as well. That will relieve a lot of pressure. Looks to be more of a relief shot. That 16 for no loss after 3 overs. They need 145 of the last 17 overs. That's a fine shot to start off. It starts off with a single. And the Medscape Spartans will also know that it is this particular target. They can take the time, understand what it takes to go for the big shots. Get a single. 3.2 overs, 18 for no loss so far. It's been a really good start, especially from the bowling unit. Oh, down the leg side. In fact, getting bonus runs. In fact, this given us buys as well. But then really well done. Oh, great delivery, great bowling this. Nice to see the way they are bowling at the moment. They will quickly go for the single as well. So it's been a really good start this to the game. In fact, keeping it as tight as they can. The good thing is they've not lost any wickets to this point, so it'll give them a lot of time. Oh, bowled him! There you go. Just when we said, oh my goodness, it has become a commentator's curse. Unfortunately, has to walk back now. Got the wicket. 4 overs done. It is 23 for 1. A great end to the 4th over. Rahul Venu picking up his first wicket. Couldn't hold on to that at that time. So far has been really good. So far been a really good act so far with the ball. They've kept it consistent, they've kept it clean. Cuts it well, that's a really good shot, but there is protection in the deep at the sweeper cover region. Just a single. Hits it straight back. Get a single. Last three deliveries of the fifth over. Would want to keep it as tight as possible. Flicked away. Gets a single. $27 for 1. The last ball of the fifth over coming up. Final delivery of the fifth over. Goes for it. And that is a fine shot. Gets to the boundary. End of the first 5 overs, it is 31 for 1. And they need 130 of the last 30 balls. So 130 required of 15 overs. How they are going to take it on from here, something that we have to wait and see. Yes, it's been a quiet power play so far. The last over of the power play. So looks like either they might get a couple of a wicket, or maybe might turn out to be a big over also, because this one being the last over of the power play. The batting unit always looks to go for the big runs. And the Medscape Spartans will also know that this is a matter of two big overs, and suddenly you see the required run rate started lurking around that 8-run mark, less than 8-run mark, but it's a matter of couple of good overs for the bowling team. Now that's how sometimes a T20 chase is determined. Goes past the point region. Was slightly aerial for a while, but once it found the gap, the ball raced away to the fence. Much needed boundary from the bat of Naveen Rai. Right then, in fact, Prasanna Bhatt, the batter, getting his first boundary of the day. Moves on to 6 of 4 deliveries. Taps that away. And chance of run out, is it? Not indeed, not indeed. Well done. Well run between the wickets. White ball. Again. $38 for 1, 5-point overs. Taps that away. Gets the single. Good to see at this point. They are the last couple of deliveries inside the power play. So anywhere close to 122 runs. Keeping things a bit calm. That is nice to see from the Spartans. They're not really pressing the panic button despite, yes, a few dot deliveries, but they are keeping the calm inside the dugout. So that as well has become very important. Ends the power play. 6 done. It is 39 for 1. Starts the over with a single. Six-point on overs, 40 for 1. Flicks it well. And a white ball given once again. So good to see the way they are keeping things tight here. They can do that can be really useful. Great delivery, great delivery, brilliantly done. And that is the reward that he's got. A wicket. Second wicket down now. I mean, Rai, who was batting well, has to lose his wicket. And the second wicket down. And gradually, the required run rate is as well climbing to around 8.8 runs on over. They look to accelerate here. End of 6.3 overs, it is 42 for 2 Medscape Spartans. Plays that away. Well done there. So far, it has been a really good bowling effort, one would say. Especially the way they're trying to defend this target. Great to see. Well kept. That is really well kept. That's a good effort. Very honest. Saved a few runs over there. So far, it has been really good. Closes out brilliantly there. 7 overs done. It is 42 for 2. And the required run rate is at 9.15 runs per over. And Medscape Spartans need, of the remaining 13 overs, they need 119 runs. It was a definite chance of a run out there, but in the end, managed to run well. Cut well, that's a good shot. Just keep it to one. So far, it has been a great bowling effort, but when the Medscape Spartans can try and accelerate, can bring in some confidence into this chase. So the next 15 deliveries, how they are going to pace it. It's going to be a very, very interesting battle to see. So last two balls are coming up of the 8th over. Well bowled. That's a good delivery closer to the batter. Final delivery of the 8th over. Pulled away. They might come back for second run. I said, not indeed, not indeed. Settle with just one run. End of 8 overs, 46 for 2, Medscape Spartans. Important boundary to start the over off. Sajan Shetty moving on with the impetus because they as well will know that if they can try and add on to the impetus, because accelerating becomes very, very important from here. If they can accelerate, it's going to be really useful for them. Goes for it this time, but there is a fielder on the deep. So this intent is good to see. Oh, bowled him. There you go. Ajay Biju with his second wicket of the day. Comes in for his second over. Yet again picks up another wicket. So 3 down and caught in a bit of pressure. Medscape Spartans, we could say. So far it has been a brilliant bowling effort from bowling unit of UFO Hospex United. They have been superb. 8.3 overs done. It is 51 for 3. a loosener, and that was definitely, taken care of. All it needed was get a little bit of bat onto it. That was more than enough to get into the boundary. Started off really well. Vikar Javed had a good day with the ball. Now will definitely want to rather translate it with the bat also. Final delivery of the ninth over. It is 57 for 3. Well played. And they'll push for the second run. They'll get it in the end also. Very good running between the wickets. It is 59 for 3 after 9 overs. Oh, bowled him. Beautiful delivery. The ball kept low and caught the batter on the back foot. Once the batter went on to the back foot, has to walk back 59 for 4 after 9.1 overs. Been a good start this. 9.0 overs, 59 for 4. Pulled away. And they'll just settle for a single. Last 3 deliveries of the 10th over as we reach the halfway stage in the second innings. Fall a few wickets and dot deliveries has put majorly UFO Hospex in front. 60 for 4 now. Well played. That's a good ball. Neatly defended also. Final delivery of the 10th over. Want to keep it tight. Close the over well. Goes for the scoop. And this might as well get to the boundary. Yes, indeed it does. Finishes the 10th over the boundary. 64 for 4 after 10 overs at the halfway stage in the second innings. So Medscape Spartans need 97 of the last 10 overs. Goes in the air but gets a single to long off. Once again goes for the scoop. Superbly done. Yet again goes for the sweep, and so Vikar Javed, understanding that the required run rate is touching 10 runs and over. So gets another boundary. Will add on to the boundaries, and they will need a lot more of that in order to get closer to this target. fact, puts it in the gap superbly. And in fact, they'll come back for the third run as well. That is good running between the wickets. Extremely well run. So Vikas Javed, what he's doing is he's going for the big shots, irrespective of considering that whether he would lose his wicket or not, he would want to reduce the run rate. It's a good shot yet again, but this time just get a single. Score moves to 73 for 4 now. The last ball coming up of the 11th over. Well played. Ends the 11th over 73 for 4. Medscape Spartans in 88 runs of the last 9 overs. That is a superb shot. Goes all the way. Brilliantly hit. What a shot that is. Goes for a big hit and takes him on all the way. They need more sixes like that. And this partnership, 20 of 12, going at almost 10 runs and over so far. So 82 of 53. They need a lot of shots like those. A lot of sixes. They'll definitely want to get back into the game. Puts him on, takes him on this time. Superbly done so far. It's been really good to watch. Straight up in the air, simple catches it. Not indeed on the bounce. No, not indeed this time. Goes on the bounce to the fielder. This game looks like it might just get down to the wire. Cartwell. That is superbly cut and puts it in the gap as well. And they will, in fact, get another boundary. So turning the heads here with yet again another boundary. Score moves on to 84 for 4 with the last 2 balls. Last 2 balls of the 12th over. Well done. In fact, went for the scoop this time. Was lucky that didn't get the stumps. Final delivery of the 12th over. 84 for 4 now. Cuts it well. Doesn't go for the single. Dot ball to end the 12th. It is 84 for 4 after 12 overs. They need 77 of the last 8. Gets a quick single. .47 deliveries left. They need 76 now. Certainly this partnership looks like could be the one that could might as well take them home. Plays it on towards the onside. Especially because Javed is has been so far the one batter who has played it through. It's it straight back towards the long off region for a single. Oh, that's a good shot and puts it in the gap as well. Just opens the face of the bat and puts it to the boundary ropes. They'll get into the 90s now. 91 for 4. The last 2 deliveries. Last 2 balls of the 13th over. It is at 91 for 4. .70 or 44 now. Still in gettable distance. Vikar is playing brilliantly. They might push for the second run here. Yes, they get a couple of runs with ease. Score moving on to 93 for 4 now. 68 of 43. So where the score is at this point in time. Gets a single. And will will end the 13th over as well. 94 for 4. They need 67 of the last 7 overs. So last 7 overs. That's a great shot. But we'll just get one. Single to start off with 66 of 41. Is the required equation now. Goes for it straight back. And all the way for another 6. That is a quality shot. What a shot. Much needed 6. Hits it down the ground. They'll go for a quick single. Very well done so far. Good to see the way they are batting at this point. So far it has been really good the way they have bowled with the ball today. But yes, in fact we were discussing about this in the chance of catch it, but goes wide of the fielder. Gets a single. Just a 1 run. That's a beautiful shot. Puts it in the gap for another boundary. So ends the 14th over with the boundary here. 14 overs done. 107 for 4. They need 54 of the last 6 overs. Starts off the 15th over, 15th over the single. It's a good shot yet again. Plays a single. This partnership, in fact, moves to 50 partnership with that single. 50 partnership, 50 of 31 deliveries. Goes straight back. A single. So 51 of 33 deliveries, still well and truly on. Matter of 1 or 2 good overs. Just change the entire complexion of the game. Goes for it. Oh, that's a boundary. Great effort on the boundary line, but despite the fielding effort, the ball races away to the boundary ropes. What a shot that is. Brilliantly picked up. Superbly picked up for another boundary. Last couple of balls of the 15th over. Plays it down the ground for another single. Last 2 balls of the 15th. Superbly done. Opens the face of the bat, but there is a fielder who does really well to keep it to just 1 run. 46 of 31 balls now. Thus far, they have mixed up the pace really well. Good to see how things have gone. This particular over, 9 runs with that boundary and 1 boundary and 5 singles. So their approach is simple from here. They 9 runs per over in the next 5 overs, 45 to get. 116 for 4 Medscape Spartans after 15 overs. Once again, there's a brilliant boundary. Starts it off with a boundary this particular over. Score moves on to 120 now. Attacking the first ball of every over. That as well will add on to the thought process. That's a good shot, but goes straight to the fielder. So here dot ball. So they need 41 of the remaining 27 deliveries. How are they going to pace the innings? Something we'll have to wait and see. Good shot, straight back, and gets to the boundary. That was a fine shot, straight back down the ground. Important runs coming in. "37 runs of 26 deliveries. That is the equation, but this partnership has been a game changer, an absolute game changer. I think no doubts about it at all. Last two balls coming up of the 16th over. Goes back just for a single. 36 of 25 now. The final delivery of the 16th over. That's well hit. Runs over 126 after. In fact, there's running an extra run for the overthrows as well. Very well done there. $127 for 4 after 16. They need 34 of the last 4 overs. That is a great start to the 17th over. 30 of 23. Now the target. Takes the outside edge, goes past the fielder for, for yet another boundary. Score moves on to 135 for 4. 2 boundaries. This particular partnership, 76 of 43. What a blinder of a knock Vikar Javed is playing today. 53 of 29 balls. Oh, tries to play it across the line. In fact, got him. So, very, very good knock. Vikas Javed comes to and puts his team in a very, very good position. 26 of 21 now the equation for the Medscape Spartans. Is there a twist in the tail with that wicket? We will have to wait and see. It's a dot ball. Irfan, the batter, the new batter, but he has almost a 76 odd run partnership that coming in. 26 of 20 now. Swing and a miss yet again. Trying to play that ball across the line. I think more than the big shots, I think the singles will work at this point. I think definitely the singles are more than enough and in this situation. Cuts it well. There is a fielder and they will comfortably get that couple of runs and put Harinder Kundu back on strike. 3 overs, 24 to get for the Medscape Spartans. Plays that ball for a single. 138 for 5, 23 required of 17. Tries to play that ball through across the line. But just get one. Just get a single. 22 of 16 now. That is the equation at this point. Be interesting to see how they are going to take on things from here. Goes down the ground, straight up, fielder under it, and takes the catch. Harinder Kundu, now both the set batters have lost their wickets. UFO Hospex are definitely back in the game. There is no two doubts about it. 22 of 15 now. And now the game might get even more thrilling from here. So 22 of 15 now. The equation getting closer and closer here. Good shot. And that ball will eventually raise away to the boundary. And that boundary is going to give them more and more confidence. (18 of 14 now. Matter of 3 big hits. I want to keep it even more. Want to explain the equation even more simpler. So last couple of deliveries. And does really well. Will just good effort from the fielder at short third man. Put the dive on. Did really well. So that will be the last couple of overs. Now they would Last ball then. Goes straight back. That is a beautiful shot. Picks the gap brilliantly for yet another boundary. So of the last 2 overs, need 13 runs. The Medscape Spartans. So 2 overs, 13 to get. Takes the outside edge and picks the gap between short third and point for another boundary. So they need 9 runs of the remaining 11 deliveries. 9 runs of the last 11 balls here. Want to finish the game off. Takes him out down the ground. They might come back for the second run. In fact, not indeed, just a single. So 8 of 10. Right. So 8 of 10. Matter of 2 hits, 2 big hits. Gets a single. In fact, will push for the second run. In fact, not indeed, just a single right then. 7 of 9 deliveries. Still very much below run a ball. Less than run a ball. So 1 or 2 big hits can seal the game here. That is a superb shot. Just get 1. So 8 deliveries, 6 runs to get. Can 1 or 2 wickets and suddenly can they extend this game as much as possible. Especially that boundary that came initially in this over, that would have given a lot of confidence. Plays that away, should come back for the second run. Yeah, in fact, safe from both the ends. Actually, there was a yes, no yes call from both the ends, but now looks fine in the end. So it's going to be really, really interesting from here. How are they going to take proceedings? Something that we have to wait and see. So last 7 deliveries, they need 5 runs. So one hope for the UFO is that they will take it to the last over. Down the leg side, just a single. 156 for 57 for 6. They need 4 runs of the last over. The final over of the chase. They need 4 runs from the last 6 balls. This should be an easy chase unless they manage to mess it up. Hedu is given the tough task of defending 4 runs. We have seen this before with Glenn Maxwell versus Pakistan. Would he be able to do it before? Looks like the same. Wrist protection at square leg. Deep point. Here we come, the first ball. Slight adjustment made to the field. Single and the deep point fielder cuts it off, reducing the equation to just 3 runs from 5 balls. Slight delay. There's a call for 2. Good running between the wickets. Scores are level now, just 1 run required. Scores level. All the batsman needs to do is put bat on ball, nudging it to the vacant area behind the keeper. The fielders have come inside the circle now. hit over the infield for a boundary, and it is a comfortable win for the team in yellow. Doing a great job today, getting the victory with ease. And the Medscape Spartans, a comfortable win. Maybe not a comfortable one, but yes, definitely they'll take it. Definitely. So with that, they'll get their third win on the board and put themselves in a comfortable position in this particular tournament. So this will give them a good opportunity to get to the next stage, that is the semifinals of this tournament. So it was a great game, guys. So we'll join you back for the next game. Until then, thank you.